So you're thinking about getting a risky tattoo?
Tattoos all over our body, yeah.
You still thinking about it?
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci.
Now, I'm not here to bash influencers or entertainers' choices of what they put on their body. Today, I'm just here to try and talk a little bit of common sense into you before you make a decision that could alter the rest of your life. Now, before you walk into a tattoo parlor and decide to get a tattoo, I want you to ask yourself these 3 questions. The first one is, will you regret getting this tattoo 10 years down the road? This thing is going to be on your body for the rest of your life. So are you going to be able to look at this thing in 10 years and say, I'm glad I got that? Because if you're not 100% sure that you're not going to regret it, I would highly consider you to just wait a little bit more and see if it's something that you'll want later down the line. If not, you're going to be reminded every day that you got like a tarantula on your arm, or you got Sarah's name tattooed on your arm when you were in love. Number 2, can you afford it? Now, I know if you're going to get something small, it's not going to cost too much. But if you plan to get like a whole arm sleeve or a whole leg sleeve, it's going to cost a pretty penny. And if you decide to go full color, it's going to cost you way more. And then if you want to get a good quality artist, it's going to cost even more on top of it. So if you're looking to like buy a new car or fix something up or put a down payment on a house and money might be a little tight, maybe wait on that tattoo a little bit. And number 3 is one of the most important. Will it hold you back from getting your dream job down the road? People that work in like an office setting, for example, they might not allow people with a lot of tattoos to come in and work there. A government job, I don't think they're going to let you come in with a big neck tattoo across your neck and work there. Now, first I want to talk to the younger gentleman who might be under 21 that came across this video. You need to understand that right now your testosterone is at an absolute peak. And I know from personal experience, when I was 21 and younger, I did not make the best decisions. Some of those decisions impacted the rest of my life. It's no secret, guys, we're not very smart when we're very young. And if you're young right now and you have the motivation, you think you're going to be the next Travis Scott, I just stress you to wait a little bit and think that through, because the odds of that happening are very, very slim. And if it doesn't pan out the way that you planned it to, you're going to be stuck with all this ink on your body, and you're going to be very limited in the options that you can do for your career. Now, a lot of average folks do look good with tattoos. We've all seen the guy at the gym who's shredded out of his mind. He's got arm sleeves, he's got neck tats, and he can pull it off very well. Or a lot of entertainers that we look up to look great with tattoos. Just because it looks good on them does not mean it's going to look good on you. The career path that they've chosen has become successful for them, so now they can choose to get these tattoos because they're in a position where they can do what they want. So if you guys look at these 2 entertainers, Lil Wayne or Post Malone, of course they had tattoos before their career started, but they didn't have a lot of them. Both of them didn't have face tattoos when they weren't that popular. Now, when they became a little bit more famous, then they got more tattoos on their face and their neck. But their career was a little bit more established, so I think they played it a little safer. If you're young, I encourage you to take that money that you're making and invest it into yourself and your career instead of putting ink all over your skin. When you become successful and you make money and you build the life of your dreams, then you can do whatever the hell you want. Don't screw up your chance for a better life just off an impulsive decision. The tattoo can wait. Now, if you're trying to get a tattoo of something a little bit more meaningful, then this is something that you could probably go for. Maybe you just lost your mother and you want to get their maiden name tattooed across you. Maybe your kids' names or their birthday. This is something that's probably always going to have meaning to you. But if you're trying to just get something that's currently trending, or maybe it's a current hobby of yours right now, maybe wait off a little bit. Maybe you're in the fishing right now and you want to get a giant bass fish across your stomach. It might look cool to you for a couple years, but in 10 years, are you going to be able to take your shirt off and look in the mirror when you got a big old gut with a bass fish on it? Are you going to look and say, yeah, that's cool, I'm glad I got that? Maybe you will. Just think that through. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that you can make with tattoos that I absolutely have to discuss with you is a face tattoo. You saw this thumbnail and maybe it's the reason that you clicked, and you saw how ridiculous I looked with a face tattoo. You may still be able to get certain jobs if you just get something on your arm or your back or your chest. It's something that most people probably aren't going to see. But a face tattoo, everybody is going to see this. Even a neck tattoo is something that everybody's going to see, and you can't really hide it. Now, I know a lot of people that you see on TV or you see on social media have tattoos all over their neck and face. But like I said earlier, these people have established careers and they're entertainers, and they can do things like this. These people's job is to get your attention. This is why people like this get tattoos, because it's another great way for them to get attention. And it's gonna get more people talking about them, and they're probably gonna make more money the more attention that they get. But Jim, who has a physics degree and is trying to go get a job at Tesla, is probably gonna be turned away if he walks in there with a face tattoo. Or Billy, who's in law school trying to get a job to become a lawyer. It's probably gonna be pretty hard for people to take you serious in the courtroom with a face tattoo. And the next type of tattoo that I want to talk about is a full body tattoo. People like Travis Barker have their entire body tattooed from their head all the way down to their toes. Travis Barker said in an interview that he tatted his entire body up so he couldn't go back and he had to pursue his career in music. Although it luckily worked out for him, I'm sure that there's thousands and thousands of people who tried to do this as well, and it didn't work out for them the same way. And now look at them. They didn't succeed in the entertainment industry, and now they have to go try and get a normal job, and there's tons of jobs that they now can't get because of the way they look. This is like saying that I want to be a famous soccer player, so I'm gonna chop both my arms off, so this is the only opportunity that I have, and I have to see it through. Think about how insane that sounds. The same goes for tattooing political beliefs or certain movements that you're currently involved with. Now, I understand a lot of people have the same viewpoints throughout their entire life, but some people do change. And if you get something and then 5 years later down the road, you completely disagree with something that you believed in the past, you're gonna hate seeing it every day, and you're gonna wanna try and get it covered up. This is just something that can change, so I urge you to try and think this through. You don't need to get it tattooed on you to let people know it's what you believe in. Now, I know a lot of people that are watching this are saying, oh, well, now we can get tattoos removed. Yes, this is true, but it's also very expensive to get tattoo removal done. And it's not like you could just walk in there and get it zapped off in a day. People have to go through multiple steps of treatment, and sometimes it takes years to get a small tattoo removed. So imagine you have all these tattoos over your body and you're gonna try and get them all removed. It's gonna take you years to get it done, and it's gonna cost you thousands of dollars. When you could have just sat back and waited and thought it through and prevented yourself from getting the tattoo, and now you don't have to worry about spending thousands of dollars to have it removed. Just use your head, gentlemen, please.